Lights up on an empty stage. There is no action for several moments. Soon we hear the sound of a door opening and a woman, Susan, steps onto the stage, looking around briefly, as if she is expecting someone. She is about 28 to 30 years of age, attractive, dressed nicely, a friendly and sunny demeanor to her face. She's not alone for long, though, as soon we hear the sound of another door opening, and a man, Jacob, walks on. He too is around 30, is dressed nicely, has a friendly demeanor, etc. Jacob is the first to speak. Um, hello? Anyone here?
Hi, over here.
Ah, there you are. Jacob slowly walks over to Susan and stands before her. He is somewhat nervous and bashful. Hi,
Hi.
so you're Susan, right?
Yes, I am. And you're Jacob?
That's me.
Nice to meet you.
Likewise. Gosh, you're really pretty, Susan.
That's very sweet of you to say. Thanks. You're quite good looking yourself.
Ah, gee, thanks. So,
So,
we, uh, we both know why we're here, right?
yep. Yep. That whole kissing a stranger video project they're doing.
Yeah, kissing a stranger.
Kissing a stranger on the lips. Right on the lips.
Yeah, the lips.
So, don't take this the wrong way, but I really don't know how this works.
Me neither.
Not the kissing part, of course. I've been kissed plenty of times.
Oh, me too. Me too. I just meant how this whole project comes into play.
I think that camera there is what records people who are paired off.
Oh yeah? Wow. Fancy stuff, huh?
Yeah, I'm so used to filming things on an iPhone. I forget there's fancy looking cameras like that for filming.
Same here.
Yep.
Yep.
So
So,
I guess we just lock lips then, huh?
I I guess so. Susan, you look kind of nervous, uncomfortable. If you don't want to do this, you don't have to. I promise I won't be offended in any way if you'd rather not do this. I can just tell the guy outside that we're gonna just head out. We won't get paid, but I don't want you to be uncomfortable.
No. It's cool. It's cool. But thank you for giving me that option. I appreciate it.
Of course.
I've just Yikes, I can't remember the last time I kissed a guy.
I can't remember my last kiss with a woman either. Single
Single
life,
life,
right?
right? Jinx,
Jinx, buy me a
buy me
soda.
soda. You're cute. I like that.
You are too.
No, I'm not going to wimp out. I promised my girlfriends I would do this. They said it would be fun. They said it would be a good way to get me out of my single life funk and dating slump.
My friends signed me up for this as a prank. I was kind of annoyed, but hey, it seemed like intriguing fun the more I thought about it. Plus, we're getting paid, remember?
Yeah, anything to help with rent money, right?
Right,
So, I guess let's just do it then, right?
right. An awkward silence. The two stare at one another, both unsure as to how to proceed. Susan finally, slowly, puckers her lips out. Jacob also puckers his lips. The two lean in slowly, but about halfway to their lips connecting, both stop and unpucker in unison, losing their nerve. I,
I am so sorry.
you're fine. You're fine.
I don't want you to think it's because of you. It's totally not. You're cute as heck, and so far you've been very sweet and polite too.
And it's not because of you either. You're pretty and nice and funny.
Oh, gee, thanks.
Okay. Um, you wanna try again?
Yeah, sure.
Again, an awkward silence. For a second time, Susan puckers up, as does Jacob. The two lean in to kiss, but once again, nerves get the best of them, and both turn away shyly. Oh boy.
I feel like such a jerk right now. I swear it's not you.
Susan, you're fine. Please don't worry. I'm nervous too.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
I just don't want to kiss you wrong, you know? I want to make it a nice experience for you and for the camera too, I guess. Does that make sense, like, at all? Jeez, I'm rambling, aren't I? Oh, I promised myself I wouldn't ramble.
You're fine. Don't worry. And it does make sense. I appreciate your concern. I was thinking the same thing too, to be honest.
Okay, how can we make this less awkward? Make ourselves less nervous?
Hmm. Good question. I got it.
Yeah.
Why don't we just ease into it? Like we could peck a few times on the lips.
Hmm. Gee, that's not a bad idea. If we peck a few times, we'll be more at ease for the actual main kiss.
Exactly.
I mean, if you're fine with it, I'm fine with it.
I'm fine with it.
Awesome. The two take a step closer to one another and smile. Soon, they both pucker up, lean in, and peck on the lips gently. A beat. They peck on the lips a second time. Another beat. They peck on the lips a third time. After the third peck, they both step back and smile.
That was so nice.
It was nice.
So, now what?
Huh? Oh, right. Now that we eased into it.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we could hold a kiss now for like a count of five. Just press our lips together.
Good idea. It's a step up from a peck, right?
Right. The two smile and link hands. They lean in and their lips connect in a gentle kiss. They hold this for a count of five, then break off and smile again.
Wow.
Wow,
That was even nicer than those pecks.
it was. It really was. So now what? Should we just try the actual main kiss?
I had one more idea.
Yeah.
Why don't we try one more easing an exercise? You kiss me for 5 seconds in your way, and then I'll kiss you for 5 seconds in my own way. Deal?
Deal. Susan smiles and eagerly puckers her lips out. Jacob smiles, leans in, and gently, sweetly, kisses her on the lips for a count of five. He soon breaks off the kiss as Susan's eyes dizzily open. The two are all smiles. Jacob now eagerly puckers his lips out. Susan smiles, puts her hands on his cheeks, leans in, and kisses him on the lips for a count of five in her own way. She finally breaks off. Wow.
Ditto. Jacob, you are a really, really good kisser.
So are you.
So, Main kiss?
Main kiss. The two embrace and deeply kiss one another passionately for several seconds. Suddenly, we hear the sound of glass popping and breaking. Jacob and Susan break the kiss and look around in confusion. What was that?
I I don't know, but I heard it too.
Gee, did something fall or did it? Oh no.
What is it?
I I can't say for sure, but I think we overheated the camera and it burst.
No way.
Look for yourself.
Holy cow. We did.
The heat of our kisses?
I think so. Hey, you think we could go get a coffee together?
You read my mind. I'd kind of sort of like to see more of you.
Ditto. Shall we?
We shall. There's just one thing we need to do first.
Oh, what's that?
Explain to the people filming that we inadvertently broke their camera and hope to God they don't make us pay for it. It looks expensive as hell.
We'll do half and half if that's the case. Besides, it'll make for an awesome story to tell our friends, right?
With that, hand in hand, Susan and Jacob laugh and head off stage as we completely fade to black. Lights up on the office of Mr. Douglas, head of Sunset Studios. It is a lavish, nicely decorated setting, with a large table and four chairs set up across from a rather big desk and a chair. As the lights fade up, four men are seated at the table, all looking around in curiosity and excitement. This is writer A, B, C, and D. After several moments, writer A breaks the silence. Gosh, I wonder what this is all about. Why Mr. Douglas called us in here. I don't know. All I heard on the phone when I got the call is that he needed to speak to us urgently about something. Oh, I got a similar call. Yeah, same here. Say, maybe he has some kind of job for the four of us. How great would that be? Here he comes. A door is heard opening, and in breezes Mr. Douglas. He is dressed impeccably in a suit and tie, but he has a rather intense look to him as he strides on. Think Jack Nicholson mixed with Ray Liotta mixed with Gary Busey. He gets to his seat and sits down quietly at the chair positioned there. He stares a hole through the four writers seated before him, who lean forward in anticipation. Silence. A very long, very awkward silence. The four writers all look at one another in confusion. Mr. Douglas continues to stare a hole at them. Finally, writer C speaks. Mr. Douglas, good afternoon, sir. Uh, Mr. Douglas, sir. Sir, is everything okay?
What in the ever-loving hell are you four staring at? Huh?
Sir?
I'm sitting here waiting for something to start, and you four chumps are just staring at me. What's the problem, huh? Is there a reason why you're staring at me? Do I look funny to you? Huh? Huh? Give me answers, huh? And quickly!
Well, sir, you called us all in because you said that you wanted to have a meeting with us.
Oh. Yes, I did say that, didn't I? Well, folks, I brought you all in here because of all the writers I have working at Sunset Studios. The four of you are the absolute best of the bunch.
Gee, thanks, Mr. Douglas. Oh, shucks, you're so kind, sir. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Now, I'm not going to beat around the bush. Sunset Studios, while we're doing fairly well this year, is in need of another hit. Our last few movies have underperformed, so we need something to get us going in an upward direction. Now, I trust you four have been working on some scripts over the past several months.
Yeah.
Well, good. Then let's start this pitch meeting and get something greenlit. You ideas, go.
Mr. Douglas has pointed at Writer A. Writer A slowly nods and begins to speak. I will, thank you, sir. Well, sir, I've noticed a trend in movies in the last few years that I think will benefit the studio greatly. Now, I've been seeing a large influx of animated movies that appeal to both kids and adults. Movies made for kids, but with enough adult jokes to keep parents entertained. So, I firmly believe that if we did an animated movie, Mr. Douglas has since held up his hand as if asking for silence. Yes, sir. Did you want to say something?
Who the hell do you think you are?
Uh, sir?
Are you smirking at me? You smirking this whole time? We need a hit on our hands. We have a situation that could possibly lead to this studio being in financial difficulty. And you are smirking at me?
What? No, sir, I wasn't.
Let me tell you something, funny boy.
Writer A is terrified. From his point of view, Mr. Douglas is barking orders at him like a madman.
Now you wipe that smirk off before I eat your face. Do you hear me?
No. Writer A nods his head vigorously and sinks down into his chair, fully terrified.
Okay, good. I'm glad we have an understanding.
I think I just crapped my pants.
You.
Mr. Douglas points to Writer B, who is now quite nervous.
You're next. Go.
Go?
Yes, go.
Go?
Yes, go.
I.
Am I speaking another language here?
I.
Instead of gawking at me, speak, you fool, speak. Use your words.
Yes, sir. Well, it just so happens that I have a finished script to show you. Writer B slowly produces a script and hands it over to Mr. Douglas. Now, I've written a horror movie. You see, Mr. Douglas, horror movies can be made cheaply and have the potential to make a lot of profit for the studio.
That's true, very true. Perhaps a horror movie could give the studio an adrenaline shot. Let's see here. Uh-huh. Hmm.
Does he like it? Yeah, I don't know, but for your sake, I hope he does. Suddenly, something in the script catches the attention of Mr. Douglas. He slowly looks up at Writer B.
Wait a moment. Wait. Just a moment here.
Uh-oh. It was nice knowing you.
Is this some kind of sick joke? What? Are you some kind of a wise ass or something?
What do you mean, sir?
This script. What's it called? What did you name it? Attack of the Killer Ophthalmologist?
Yeah. What about it?
You have the nerve to sit there with a straight face and ask me, what about it? This is a thinly veiled attack on me, isn't it? That ophthalmologist is meant to represent me. Isn't it? How dare you? How dare you? Should rip out each page of the script and make you eat them, you goon, you better hear an explanation. You better give me one good reason not to drop kick you out the window.
Sir, if I could just explain.
Make it fast.
Oh, well, Mr. Douglas, sir, it couldn't possibly be a reference to you because, well, you're the head of a movie studio. An ophthalmologist is an eye doctor. Those are two very, very different types of jobs.
Huh. You know, when you put it that way, yeah, I can see that. Well, then.
Writer B slumps down in his chair as Writer A fans him with a folder. Meanwhile, Mr. Douglas points to Writer C.
You're next. Go!
Ha ha. I guess that means you. Writer C frantically points to Writer D. What? No, he pointed to you. No. He clearly pointed to you. He didn't. He did.
What is the holdup here?
He pointed at you, and you know it. No, I'm not about to go next. I'll wait till he's calm. That could take forever. Believe me, I can wait.
One of you had better start pitching something, or I'll rip out your nervous systems and jump around.
Ha.
You have something you'd like to share?
Writer C doesn't answer. Mr. Douglas literally climbs over his desk and roars right into Writer C's face.
Well,
Writer C faints to the floor with a thud. Mr. Douglas, undaunted, turns to Writer D.
well then, I guess while we wait for recovery, it's your turn.
No.
Yeah. Come on, give me a pitch that'll knock my socks off. Do it now.
A petrified Writer D quakes in fear as Mr. Douglas grabs him by the lapels and pulls him to their face to face.
Don't just stare at me with goofball eyes. Spit
No, I can't take this anymore. Leave me alone. Ryder D sinks into his chair and begins to rock back and forth, sucking on his thumb as he does. Ryder C, meanwhile, begins to get up. Ah, ow. What happened?
You fainted. But since you happen to be up now, it's your turn to pitch a movie idea to me.
Ryder C promptly faints again. Riders A and B nervously gulp as Mr. Douglas angrily storms back over to his chair and sits down.
Oh, is this so damn difficult? All I want is one idea for a movie. Don't you four have any brains? What are you for, huh?
Sir, please calm down. Yes, please, sir. We're trying our best. Batman, make loud noise. Make Batman stop, please.
Ah, I see. So this entire meeting has been a waste of my time. So you four are just gonna jerk me around. I am a very busy man. The last thing I need is four imbeciles like you wasting precious time I could be using to help this studio. Let me tell you all something. I did not inherit this studio from my father and his father before him to have it sink because of some moronic fools like you as writers. I will burn this entire studio to ashes before I let it close due to financial ruin. Hear me? Cheers!
Sir, enough of this. Enough!
Excuse me?
Oh, God. It was nice knowing you. Scary noises make me afraid. No more scary noises. Mr. Douglas, with all due respect, we've been trying to get this meeting started, been trying to pitch you ideas, but you've been acting crazed, acting like a lunatic. I know you don't want this studio to close down. None of us do. But please, you have to give us a break. We're just four writers. We can only do so much. Please, sir, please, control your temper and let's just calmly try and have a pitch meeting. Okay? Mr. Douglas is stone silent. Slowly, he gets up from his chair and begins to approach, almost stalk Ryder A. Ryder A, realizing what he has just done, what he has just said, turns a pale white. Oh no. Oh, God, help me. God, God and baby Jesus, help me. Why did I say that? Oh, I can't watch. Hello, 911. I'd like to report a murder that's going to happen in about 10 seconds. Mama! Mr. Douglas grabs Ryder A by the lapels and gets right into their face. Then, suddenly, he calms down.
Say that again.
Say what again?
That middle part. Something about we're just four
Writers? Sir?
Just riders. Just four riders.
Mr. Douglas?
Just four riders. A Western. Yes, that's perfect. Animated movies and horror films are a dime a dozen. But what's an untapped genre market? Westerns! I can see it now. Sunset Studios presents Just Four Riders, the story of four nameless heroes who journey to different towns out west, righting wrongs, protecting the innocent, punishing the guilty. We'll get Clint Eastwood to direct. We'll get Sam Elliott to play the old grizzled rider. Yes, it's perfect. I like it. I like it.
Wait a second. Sir, I didn't say four riders. I said da 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 da. Ixnay, ixnay. It's like wartime. Don't ask questions, just smile and nod.
Excellent. The four of you can work on this together. Thank you very much for this. What a productive meeting. I'll make sure you all get a nice bonus in your checks this week for it.
Thank you. Thank you.
No. Thank you. Okay, you can all go now. Have yourselves a great rest of the day.
The four riders, in a daze, all begin to head out. Rider C helps Rider D as he walks.
Thanks. I think. Yeah, we'll get started as soon as we recover from this meeting. Note to self. Call my therapist to schedule extra sessions. We go now? No more bad, loud, yelly man? No more bad, loud, yelly man.
Bye-bye now. Thanks for coming by.
The riders are now all gone. Mr. Douglas sighs and shrugs.
Goodness, I wonder what had them all out of sorts. I know pitch meetings can be stressful, but they can't be so terrible as that, couldn't they? I wasn't that unreasonable, was I? Hello, Melvin Douglas speaking. Selling magazine subscriptions, huh? Magazine subscriptions? Magazine subscriptions? Look here, you festering pile of shit! You're wasting my time! Where do you get the nerve? Calling me! Wasting my valuable time with nonsense like this? I'm going to track you down, whoever you are, and when I find you, I will slap you so hard in the face that even your name will hurt. You understand me? Don't ever call this number again.
Mr. Douglas slams the phone down. Moments later, the switch turns off, and, calmly, he dials an extension.
Shirley, hold my calls, please. I'm going to order some lunch. Would you like anything? No? Okie dokie then.
Mr. Douglas hangs up calmly, then begins to whistle the theme of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly to himself as the lights fade to black. Lights up on a park setting. As some birds are heard chirping in the distance, we see a park bench set up in the middle of the stage. A boy, Jeremy, comes walking on, listening to some music on his headphones as he does. He bops his head to the beat of whatever song he is listening to as he sits on the bench. Soon, he turns the volume up a bit, and the song becomes clearer. It is Eaten by the Monster of Love by Sparks. Jeremy continues to listen.
Don't let it get me. Don't let it get me out. Don't let it get me. Don't let it get me out. Don't let it get me out. Don't let it get me. Well, it's Saturday night and I'm still breathing. I ain't never gonna be eaten by the monster of love. Let it get me. It's hard to fight it off much more. I hear it trailing by the door.
Jeremy soon notices the audience and, with a smile, he pauses his music and slowly takes off his headphones.
Oh, hi there. I was just listening to some music while I wait for my older brother's baseball practice to end. It's a really fun and catchy song, don't you think? I've always liked the band Sparks. They're so cool. But maybe I'm overthinking it a little. But could you imagine if what they were talking about in the song were actually real? I mean, come on. A monster of love that eats people and then said people fall in love. Crazy, am I right?
Jeremy, lost in thought, slowly gazes around the park, taking in the sights. Soon, though, a second person pokes her head onto the stage. This is Natalie, about the same age as Jeremy. She is a sweet, kind, demure girl next door type. She spots Jeremy and gasps in delight. It's apparent she either knows Jeremy or has seen him before. Quickly, she prims her hair, then smooths out the shirt she's wearing. Finally, she inhales, then exhales, and, putting on a brave and sweet smile, she approaches Jeremy and taps him on the shoulder.
Hi.
Hmm? Oh, hi there.
May I join you?
Of course you can.
Thanks.
Natalie excitedly takes a seat next to Jeremy, who gazes at her for a moment, a bit confused, then speaks.
I'm sorry to be rude, but I don't think I've seen you around here before. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Natalie.
Well, Natalie, it's very nice to meet you.
Likewise. For sure. Likewise.
I feel like such a jerk. I don't recognize you from school or elsewhere.
Don't worry. No one knows me. I'm new in town.
Oh, yeah?
Uh-huh. My family moved to town about 2 weeks ago.
Really? Oh, well, gee. Welcome to the neighborhood, Natalie.
Thanks. It's nice to feel welcome like this.
Suddenly, a third figure shuffles onto the stage. It is an almost Muppet-looking creature, a green and yellow-skinned monster. He shuffles towards the two kids in a somewhat comical manner. Jeremy notices him out of the corner of his eye, and he does a double take at the sight of this monster.
What the?
Hi there. You mind if I just stand here and watch?
Pardon me?
Huh?
Jeremy looks back and forth between Natalie and the monster a few times, quite distracted.
Sorry, I just got distracted. So, where did you guys move from?
Pittsburgh.
Oh, cool. My cousin lives there. He's a huge Steelers fan.
My father and older brothers are Steeler fans too. Me, not so much. I mean, I enjoy watching things together with my family, but sports aren't my thing. I'm more like theater.
Say, you like theater too, don't you? What a coinkydink. You should probably tell her that. Just a heads up. Just an FYI.
You go away.
Huh?
Oh, not you. I mean,
Jeremy slowly gestures to the monster, but Natalie seems oblivious to its presence.
The what?
Jeremy, now quite confused, eyes the monster again, who grins and waves at Jeremy. Jeremy finally turns back to Natalie.
never mind. So, you said you like theater.
I sure do. In fact, in my old town, I was in a lot of community theater.
You were awesome. What shows did you do?
As Natalie says the following, the monster slowly pulls out what appears to be a few salt shakers. He begins to sprinkle the contents of them onto Jeremy's back, arms, and shoulders. Jeremy ignores this at first, But as Natalie goes on, and the monster continues, he glares at the monster and shoos him away several times.
Well, I was in a junior production of Beauty and the Beast, where I played Mrs. Potts. Then we did a production of Shrek Jr., where I played Gingy. The puppet was fun to control. I was in the ensemble for a production of Cinderella. And then the last show I did before I moved was A Christmas Carol, where I played Fan Scrooge.
What are you doing?
Just seasoning ya.
For what?
Oh, you'll see.
Don't get cryptic with me. For what?
You'll find out in a few minutes.
Tell me now.
Tell you what now?
Huh?
What did you want me to tell you?
Jeremy eyeballs the monster, who smiles and gives him a goofy thumbs up. Jeremy turns back to Natalie.
Oh, well, what was your favorite show that you were in?
Ooh, probably Christmas Carol. I always do love doing shows at Christmas time.
Me too. Say, the community theater group I do shows with from time to time is going to be holding auditions for The Sound of Music. You should definitely audition. There's a lot of awesome kids there our age who do shows regularly. You'll make a ton of new friends.
Really?
Absolutely.
Wait for it.
Will you audition too if I audition?
Well, of course I will.
Wait for it.
Good, because I'll definitely audition. If you're there too.
Gee,
Almost ready.
Jeremy, could I be honest with ya?
sure, what's up?
Well, this is gonna be kind of embarrassing, but I saw you in town on the first day I moved here. And,
And?
well, I've been trying to gather up the courage to come and say hello to you ever since. Because I think you're awfully cute.
Cute.
Mm-hmm.
He's ready.
The monster grabs Jeremy by his shoulders and drags him backwards towards a nearby tree.
Hey, let go, help, I'm being dragged away.
The monster fully takes Jeremy behind the tree, and we hear a gobbling sound. Silence. Soon, Jeremy comes stumbling back out, a lovesick grin on his face. He settles back, nonchalant, to his seat, his eyes locked to Natalie's.
Well, I think you're very pretty.
You do?
Uh-huh.
Oh gosh. Thank you.
Golly, the song was telling the truth after all.
What song?
Natalie, this is gonna sound strange. You're gonna think I'm crazy. But I was listening to the song a few minutes ago about Eaten by the Monster of Love.
Yeah?
Yeah, and that's what was distracting me. That monster was literally here. He was standing right behind me, and well, gee, I suppose it's love at first sight, but he ate me, and now here I am.
Gosh.
I mean, you saw it, didn't you? He dragged me away and went behind that tree with me.
Uh-oh. You didn't leave the spot from when I called you cute. All you did was just stare silently at me, with an adorable and bashful look on your face.
You didn't see it at all?
Not at all.
I mean, you must think that's nuts. I must sound like some weird dork now. I mean, you didn't even see what I was seeing.
Jeremy, I believe you.
You do?
Yeah, because you see, I had a monster of love eat me, too. About 2 weeks ago.
Suddenly, from the other side of the stage, out shambles a female version of the monster. She too has a goofy grin on her face. The male monster pokes his head out in surprise at this.
Hey, Natalie. How's it going? Ooh, is that the boy I ate you over? Gee, he is cute. You're right.
He sure is.
Well, you two kooky kids have fun now.
Thanks. We will.
Who are you talking to?
It's not important. Jeremy, would you be so kind as to walk me home?
I'd love to. And hey, while we walk, I can tell you about those auditions.
I like that. Very much.
With that, the two kids link hands and wordlessly walk off. Meanwhile, the male monster strolls up to the female monster. The two meet center stage and grin at one another.
Well, hello there, beautiful.
Hiya yourself, handsome.
Gee, I don't think I've seen you around before. Have you been eating people who are falling in love for long?
About a year or so. You?
Same here.
Well, it looks like we were both successful today, doesn't it?
Yep, all in a day's work, I always say.
Well, the day is still young. What shall we do now?
What say we boogie, Shall we?
Ooh, we shall. Let's cut a rug.
And so, as the music starts up again, the two monsters link hands and begin to dance with one another. A somewhat comical but adorable dance. They continue this dance as the lights fade and our scene comes to a close.
Don't let it get me out. Don't let it get me. Don't let it get me out. Don't let it get me. Don't let it get me out. Don't let it get me. Don't let it get me. Well, I know some really good people who will call me piece by piece. They're eaten by the monster of love. Don't let it get me. Sometimes it takes a nip at me, but I'm too.
Lights up on a bare stage. Slowly, a girl walks out onto the stage looking quite sad. Her name is Margot, aged around 11. She finally gets to center stage and, with a somewhat dramatic exhale, she speaks.
Aw, gee.
Goodness, Margot, you look awfully blue. What's the matter? Why are you sad?
Oh, it's nothing. I don't want to be a bother.
Come now, Margot, you're never a bother. Go on, tell us, what's wrong?
Well, see, my absolute favorite movies in the whole wide world are Disney movies. And the Disney movies I love the most, the ones with princesses in them.
Princesses, eh?
Uh-huh. You know, like Snow White, Cinderella, Aurora.
Right, I get the drift.
And, well, gee whiz. I guess after watching them so many times since I was a baby, I kind of sort of wish that I could be a Disney princess, even for just one day, but That will never happen, unfortunately.
Ah, but that's where you're wrong, Margot.
Huh? Wrong?
Indeed, because we have a surprise for you, Margot. You've been selected for the Princess Placement Program.
The PPP?
Yes.
Oh, wow! Oh my goodness! Oh, this is so sudden! Happy day! I'm ready to dance for joy. I'm so excited. When does the program start for me?
Right now.
Wait, like now?
Now. Lights, please.
Margot opens her mouth to speak, but before she can, the lights go off. Scene and costume changes abound. Soon, they light back up on the interior of a cottage. Margot stumbles onto the stage, dressed as Snow White.
Oof. What gives? 1 minute I can see, the next the lights are out, and wow, I'm Snow White!
Indeed you are.
Oh, how wonderful! Now let's see. What was one of Snow White's songs? Oh, right!
Margot smiles and grabs a nearby broom, beginning to sweep as she sings a song.
I'm wishing for the one I love to find me today. Oh, there go the 12 dwarfs. Off to work. Let's see, there's Grumpy,
Harumph.
Happy,
Hee 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 hee. Ho ho ho.
Sleepy, Bashful,
Oh, shucks.
Doc,
Say ah, please.
Sneezy,
Achoo!
and Dopey. Sweet little Dopey. Ahem. I said, and Dopey. Oh, right. Dopey doesn't talk. Well, I suppose I ought to get back to sleeping. La 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 la.
Suddenly, Margot stops her sweeping and she sniffs the air. By the look of disgust on her face, she is not smelling something nice.
Oh, ew. Oh, gross. What's that horrible smell?
Slowly, but surely, several woodland animal friends bound onto the stage. Birds, chipmunks, deer, the works. They all crowd around as Margot pinches her nose.
Ugh, it's all of you guys? Say, what gives? Aren't you Snow White's animal friends supposed to be, cute and cuddly?
Well, it pays to be realistic, doesn't it? And woodland creatures tend to have a pungent odor.
You mean I have to clean up a bunch of animal droppings?
Well, yes.
Yeah, hard pass. Next.
Very well. Lights, please.
Blackout and scene and costume change. Soon, some dreamy music plays, and we light up in the interior of a bedroom. Margot is laying in a bed, dressed like Aurora from Sleeping Beauty. Her eyes are closed as the narrator speaks.
This is the big romantic moment. Margot is about to be awakened as Aurora from Sleeping Beauty by Prince Philip, true love's first kiss.
Slowly, a boy around the same age as Margot enters onto the stage, dressed as Prince Philip. He gazes at her sleeping form and slowly goes up to her, then kneels down by her side.
Oh, beautiful, sweet Aurora, I have slain the evil Maleficent, and I shall now awaken you with a kiss. True love's kiss.
Prince Philip puckers his lips slightly and leans down towards Margot. But he doesn't get very far as suddenly, Margot lets out a loud, comical snore. Prince Philip, startled, unpuckers and backs up a few steps.
What the?
A long beat. Prince Philip peers at Margot closer, and she lets out a second snore.
Yikes! That is her doing that, isn't it? Hello?
I'm up. Hang on.
Margot sits up, yawns, and stretches, then flutters her eyes open. She locks eyes with Prince Philip, who is less than pleased.
Oh, Prince Philip. Hi there.
So you weren't under a curse of eternal sleep.
No, I guess I wasn't. Sorry? Say, you're pretty darn cute. You know, just because I'm awake, that doesn't mean we can't do true love's kiss, right?
Margot closes her eyes and eagerly, almost comically, puckers her lips out for a kiss. Prince Philip wrinkles his nose in disgust, then shakes his head no and walks off. Margot remains with her lips puckered and her eyes closed for a few comical moments of silence.
Prince Philip?
A beat. Margot opens her eyes and unpuckers. As Prince Philip exits fully, Margot, sheepishly, disappointed, calls out to him.
Call me! Ugh, I made a big dork of myself. Let's move on while I still have my dignity.
Very well. Lights, please. Lights out, scene and costume change. Soon, we light up in the interior of a castle, a ballroom to be exact. Margot slowly wanders out, wearing Cinderella's famous ball dress.
Wow, it's beautiful. Wait, it's a ball? That means Cinderella! I'm Cinderella! My absolute favorite Disney movie ever! Goodness, how lucky I am. It makes me want to sing. A dream is a wish your heart makes when you're fast asleep.
We suddenly hear the sound of glass breaking. Margot freezes, then she slowly looks down at her left foot.
Oh, one of my glass slippers broke. Oh, Prince Charming only needs one of them to find me, so... Are you kidding me? Oh, it's not even 8 p.m. Who makes slippers out of glass anyway? Don't they know how dangerous that is?
Lights, please? Margot has since stormed off. Lights out, scene and costume change. We soon light up to a quiet-looking village setting. Margot steps out, dressed as Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
Ooh, would you look at this? I'm Belle from Beauty and the Beast. Heck yeah, I'm a book-smart, headstrong woman now. Go me! Little town, it's a quiet village. Every day, like the one before.
Suddenly, out steps a boy dressed as Gaston. He struts up to Margot and waggles his eyebrows at her with a big grin. Margot's smile fades and she looks to the audience.
Oh, right. Him. The one Disney villain who can't take no for an answer. Lucky me.
Marry me, Belle.
No.
Marry me, Belle.
No.
Marry me, Belle.
No.
Pretty please marry me, Belle.
No.
Pretty please with sugar on top marry me.
No, 100 times no.
Well, how about dinner first?
Margot shoves Gaston away and storms off in disgust to another part of the stage.
Oh, let's get to the castle. At least there I'll meet the Beast and his kinda wonderful friends. What? What's going on? Are those villains the enchanted people? This is a lot scarier when it's not a cartoon. Let me out of here!
Margot races off, quite afraid. Lights, please. Lights out, scene and costume change. Slowly, we light up on the interior of a mansion. Margot, an annoyed look on her face, walks out wearing a little orphan Annie costume. The opening of Tomorrow plays as Margot stops center stage.
Are you kidding me? Seriously? Annie isn't even a Disney princess. She's just because I have red hair. We gotta go there.
Margot dejectedly kicks at some dirt on the stage and pouts. Are you okay, Margot?
Well, no, I'm not.
Gosh, we sure did goof up, didn't we? I'm awfully sorry.
No, it's okay. You meant well. Gee, it occurs to me, as much as I'd love to be a Disney princess, it's a lot better to be something else. Me. And hey, my personality shone through with all of these princesses, didn't they? So that ought to tell me something. The best person I can be is myself. Corny, I know, but it's true, isn't it? And hey, you want to know the best part about being yourself?
Slowly, a third boy walks onto the stage. He eyes Margot, who eyes him back. He smiles shyly, as does she. He waves shyly to her. She shyly waves back. Soon, the boy motions for Margot as if he wants her to follow him. Margot stands up and grins to the audience.
People like you for you. See you later.
With that, Margot goes up to the boy, who grins and bows to her. She giggles and does a regal nod of her head, and the two kids head off, and our scene comes to an end. Lights up on the interior of a quaint little house. We are currently in the room of, what we can assume, is a young boy, judging by the decor around it. There are various robot toys, sports-related items, etc. Soon, a narrator is heard speaking. Once upon a time, in a quaint little house, in a quaint little town, there occurred a most incredible story that happened to one particular family, the Millers. The Millers were a seemingly normal, ordinary, loving family. There was a mother, a father, and two children, fraternal twins to be exact, Emily and Edwin Miller. On cue, Emily and Edwin come onto stage, giggling and playing with one another as they do. They plop onto the floor of the room as Edwin begins to reach under his bed.
Okay, Emily, what board game shall we play today? Monopoly? Risk? Sorry? The game of life?
The game of life. Sorry is kind of boring. We've played Monopoly to death, and you know I get confused by the rules of Risk.
The game of life it is!
Edwin struggles and grunts a bit as he tries to pull out, presumably, board game box.
Hang on a sec. Darn, thing is stuck.
Maybe if you didn't stuff every conceivable thing in your room under that bed of yours, you'd be able to get that game out quicker. Unless you want to lay under your bed.
Ha ha, very funny.
Here, let me assist.
Emily reaches under the bed with Edwin, and the two kids, in unison, pull out the board game.
Gotcha.
Thanks for the assist, sis.
But of course.
Edwin begins to set up the game, talking as he does.
I gotta admit, I thought you were a Monopoly maniac. I didn't think you'd choose something other than that.
Are you kidding? I love the game of life. Especially when it comes to the option of getting married. Gosh, it makes me envision my wedding day and what it will be like.
Blech, not me. I'm not ready to start being all goo-goo-eyed and mushy with some girl.
Mom says that soon you will be.
I know I've already got a boy in town I'm crushing on.
Yuck! Who's the unlucky winner of that competition?
Simon Bell.
Simon Bell? Oh, Emily, no, for goodness sake. Anyone but him. He's so annoying, and he's always trying to hang out with my friends and I. Oof, not to mention he is but ugly, too.
He is not ugly or annoying. I happen to think he's very sweet and handsome.
You'll make quite a pair then. You could be the gruesome twosome.
A big jerk.
Emily frowns and turns away from Edwin. Edwin, after a few moments, sighs a guilty sigh. He feels bad about what he said. Slowly, he taps Emily on the shoulder.
Can I help you?
Hey, listen. I'm sorry, okay? I was a major butthead back there. It's just that I want what's best for you, sis. I don't want just any fella to be your boyfriend. I want you to find the best thing ever. 'Cause you're the best sister kid I could ever ask for.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know I tease you when we fight sometimes, but deep down, I love you, sis, and I'll always be there for you. I will always protect you, even when Simon Bell trying to smooch you with his dry, chapped lips.
Oh, stop it.
Oh, Emily, kiss me. Kiss me 1,000 times. You're so pretty.
Let's just play the game, King Dork. We'll worry about Simon another time.
With that, Emily and Edwin hug briefly, then begin to play the game as the narrator speaks. Yes, even though they were brother and sister, Emily and Edwin were, you could say, the best of friends. Edwin was devoted to his sister, and he always strove to protect her from the horrors and evils of the world, including one that happened to be right in their own home. We soon hear the front door of the house slamming shut, and the mumbles and grumbles of a man. Edwin and Emily both look up in unison from their game. Soon, their smiles fade into looks of sadness.
Oh, great! His Majesty is home.
Ugh. I hate it when he comes home. He's always in some kind of bad mood, and he takes it out on us.
I know.
What if he comes up here? Ugh, I just can't stand the thought of it.
Just let me handle it.
But I don't want him to single you out, Edwin.
I'll be fine. Just shh. I hear him coming up the steps.
A correction from earlier. The Miller family was a mother and a father. A year or so before, the mother and father fell out of love, and it was deemed for the best that the two go their separate ways. So, Edwin and Emily's father moved on, and in moved a stepfather by the name of Graham, a man who Edwin and Emily most certainly did not like. The door to Edwin's room slams open, and in comes Graham. Emily timidly hides behind a stone-faced Edwin, who shields her. Graham has a serious, almost evil look on his face as he eyeballs the two kids.
Hey, Graham.
Hi, Graham.
What are you two little brats up to, huh?
If you must know, we're playing a board game.
This room is a pigsty, Edwin. I told you to clean it, didn't I? And don't you have homework to do anyway?
It's Saturday, Graham. Me and Emily both did our homework on Friday afternoon. Not that you pay enough attention around here to realize that.
Are you talking back to me, you little punk? Giving me an attitude?
And what if I am, huh?
Edwin, stop. Don't get him angrier.
Let me handle this, Em. Graham, if you're just gonna be an asshole with no kindness in his heart, then just get in my room and leave us the hell alone. Got it?
A long, ominous silence. Then, Graham frowns and strikes Edwin across the face. Emily gasps as Edwin collapses to his knees.
Edwin! Oh, no. No, that's enough, Graham! Please stop! Oh, Edwin, your nose! Oh, gosh, no. I'm fine. I'm fine. It's fine.
Don't you ever take that tone with me again, you little snot rag. And don't you ever use language like that under my roof. You got me?
Yeah, whatever.
Graham lets out a grunt and begins to go off stage. But Edwin frowns and points a shaky finger at him.
I hate you, Graham. I hate your guts. This isn't your roof. My dad is the one who put it over our heads, not you. You'll never be my dad or Emily's dad.
Keep it up, tough guy. You'll be sorry. That's your only warning. Edwin frowns and spits at Graham's back. Graham freezes at this and frowns as well, but he slowly grunts again and heads off. Edwin turns back to Emily and, wiping his nose again, he speaks.
Let's go back to the game.
I don't want to play anymore.
Okay. We can just sit here and relax. Would that help you?
Emily nods and Edwin slowly, gently, puts an arm around Emily's shoulder and speaks in a soothing tone.
Okay. That's what we'll do.
Thank you.
Em,
Uh-huh.
I've got to tell you something important. Promise to never forget it.
Promised.
Em, if something happens to me sometime in the future and I'm not around anymore, look right at Graham as a suspect first.
Edwin, please don't talk like that.
I mean it. If he tries to take me somewhere, just the two of us, like to a store or something, tell Mom or a cop, anyone, and make sure he's watched like a hawk.
Edwin, you're scaring me.
Promise.
Please.
Promise me, Em.
Edwin holds out his pinky to her for a pinky swear. After a moment of silence, Emily shakily pinky swears back with Edwin.
I promise. I mean it.
Thank you. I love you, sis.
I love you too, bro.
Lights out and scene change as we hear the narrator speaking overhead. Emily tried her best to keep this promise to Edwin, but, as some promises tend to go at times, she forgot about it and went on with life. Unfortunately, on one particular day about 2 months later, this broken promise come back to haunt poor Emily. We soon fade up and we are in the living room of the Miller house. Emily is seated on a couch, talking on the phone. She is bubbly and giggly as she speaks.
Oh, Simon, thanks so much for helping me with that math homework. It was such a pain. Mary's birthday party on Saturday? Am I going? Well, I was thinking about it. I mean, are you gonna be there? Yeah? Well, then so will I. Oh, someone's at the door. I'll talk to you later, Simon. Bye.
Emily hangs up and goes over to the door and opens it. Slowly, solemnly, a police officer comes walking in, removing his hat as he does. Emily is instantly on edge.
Hi, officer.
Sweetie, is your mother home by any chance? Annette Miller?
No, she's still at work. But she should be home in about 10 minutes. Is something wrong, sir?
Why don't we wait till your mother gets here, honey?
Officer, please tell me what's going on. I'm a nervous person to begin with.
What's your name, sweetie?
Emily.
Can you promise me you'll be strong, Emily? I'll tell you, but you have to keep a clear head. Okay?
Okay.
Well, you have a brother named Edwin, yes? And a stepfather named Graham?
Yes, that's their names.
Emily, there was an accident about 20 minutes ago. I don't know the full details yet, but I do know that unfortunately, your brother Edwin, he's gone.
Gone?
I'm sorry. Emily opens her mouth to speak, but no sound comes out. Tears flood her eyes as she takes a shaky step forward. Soon, she collapses onto her couch as the officer, alarmed, goes to her side. Emily? Emily, are you okay? Do you need an ambulance? Talk to me, honey. Come on, deep breaths.
No! Edwin! No! Oh, God!
With that, Emily begins to sob into the officer's chest as he consoles her. Lights out and scene change. We are soon in a funeral home. As some somber music plays, we see an open casket where Edwin is laid out, looking peaceful. Emily, now wearing a black funeral dress, timidly walks to the casket and stands before it. She tries to speak once, then twice, but each time her emotion gets the better of her. She soon lets out a withered, miserable sob.
Edwin. Oh, Edwin. I'm sorry. I broke my promise to you. I should have done something. I should have watched more carefully. Now you're gone. Gone forever. And it's all my fault. Oh, Edwin. I'm sorry.
Meanwhile, Graham comes onto the stage and towards the coffin. He doesn't seem particularly broken up. In fact, he almost seems nonchalant. He nudges Emily with his hand. Come on, quick, crown the coffin. Let other people have a chance. I said, come on. Move it.
I don't know what you did, Graham, but I know you had something to do with this.
Excuse me?
You know darn well what I'm talking about. You did this, didn't you? Didn't you?
You're making a scene, you little brat, and you're embarrassing your mother and I, not to mention yourself. Be quiet.
I'll figure it out. Somehow I will. You won't get away with this, Graham. I hate you. I hate you.
So help me God, if you say one more word, I'll beat the living daylights out of you when we get home. Now shut up and get the hell away from that coffin. With that, Graham storms off. Emily, shaking, emotional, turns back to the coffin and leans down towards Edwin's face.
I promise, Edwin. I promise. I'll figure out how this happened. You have my word.
Gently, softly, Emily kisses Edwin's forehead, then, wiping tears, she heads off as we black out and scene change again. This time, we are in Emily's room, and she is seated by her window, gazing out into the night sky. For weeks after her brother's funeral, Emily was inconsolable. Nothing could cheer her up. Not her mother, Certainly not Graham. Not her friends and classmates. Emily felt miserable and alone. Then, one night, as she looked out her window, gazing into the sky,
Oh, Edwin. Edwin. I'd give anything for you to be here right now. Things have been horrible these last few weeks. Mom is too busy with work and dealing with funeral expenses to console me. My friends can only do so much, and Graham, well, he just keeps eyeballing me, keeps staring at me like he wants to do something to me. Oh, Edwin, I'm so frightened.
a beat. Emily slowly clasps her hands in prayer and closes her eyes.
I wish on every star there is in the sky, on every angel who could possibly hear me. Please, please, bring my brother back to me. Somehow.
Silently, Emily wipes her eyes of tears, then goes over to her bed, gets under the covers, and dozes off. Several moments pass. Then, soon, we hear a bit of commotion outside of Emily's window. Somehow, almost by some magical force, the window gently opens, and a black cat slowly comes into the room. It looks around at its surroundings, seemingly familiar with it. Soon, the cat hops onto Emily's bed and nuzzles her chin and cheek. The cat meows a few times as if trying to wake Emily up.
What? Oh my goodness! Oh, where on earth did you come from? I left my window open? I'm not usually that scatterbrained. Gee, you must have climbed up from that tree outside. Oh, you're sweet. Friendly little thing, aren't you? Oh, you poor cat. Are you alone too? Like me? Well, why don't you sleep here tonight? Tomorrow we'll figure out a bit more about you. How's that sound? Oh, I guess that's a yes. Okay, well, good night, Edwin. Sorry. I guess I just had my brother on the brain. But hey, it appears you're a boy cat, so maybe you'd like that name. Well, we'll just make Edwin your placeholder name. Edwin the sweet, friendly cat.
Emily gently cuddles the cat to her, and she peacefully drifts off to sleep. Blackout and scene change. It is the next morning. Emily is seated at the kitchen table eating some cereal, as the cat is seated on the table, almost like a bodyguard. Soon, Graham walks into the kitchen, eyes the cat, and stops dead in his tracks. What the hell is that thing?
A cat?
Well, what's this cat doing in our house,
He wandered into my room last night. I'm trying to figure out who his owner is. Don't worry.
Well, figure it out quickly. I want that flea-bitten thing out of here by the end of the day.
It might take me longer than that. It's not that easy.
Did you hear what I said, you little brat? I want it. Hiss at me again, you dumb cat, and I'll knock your brains in with a hammer.
Don't you dare speak to Edwin like that, you big ape!
Excuse me? Edwin?
Yes? That's his name. Edwin.
You named him after your brother? Your dead brother? Oh, you're a brat and you're a nut job. Ah! Little bastard tried scratching me. If I see this cat here tonight, you're in big trouble. Graham stalks out of the room with the cat hissing and bearing at him the whole time. Emily frowns and gently pets the cat.
It's okay. He's gone now. Big, horrible ogre is gone. But hey, thanks for doing that, little Edwin. I appreciate it.
For the next few weeks, Emily and Edwin, that is to say, the cat Edwin, were an inseparable duo. Wherever Emily went, her cat companion was there. He'd even follow her to school some mornings. And Graham did not like this one bit. As the narration goes on, in 3 different pastiches, Graham is seen angrily eyeing the cat, then picking him up and tossing him away, as if throwing him out of the house. But no matter how many times Graham threw the cat out, it always found its way back. We see Emily seated on her couch, watching TV as a new scene comes up. Graham comes into the room, eyes Emily, and frowns. Get out of here and do your homework. I want to watch the basketball game.
Mom said I could watch TV for a while. So leave me alone, Graham.
Who are you, little?
Hey, you. I haven't seen you all day. Where have you been,
I drove you 6 miles away and threw you into a field. How the hell did you find your way back?
Graham is suspicious, but keeps quiet as he walks off. Lights out and scene change. It is later that evening, and Emily is laying on her stomach in bed, writing in her journal, as the cat keeps watch over her just next to her.
Goodness, I'm hungry. What about you, Edwin? Are you hungry too? Let's see if I can find you some tuna. And me? Some leftover pizza.
Emily stands to exit her room when suddenly the door slams open and Graham is standing in the doorway.
Graham? What the hell are you doing? You scared me.
Shut up!
I don't know what you're up to, but you're doing something.
What are you talking about?
You and that cat. Ever since that little vermin showed up, suddenly you act like more of a brat. You talk back to me. You roll your eyes at me. You're nasty. What, did that damn cat teach you to be disrespectful to me? Huh?
You're psycho. It's just a cat.
I said shut up.
You're the one who keeps letting that cat back here, aren't you? You're the one who keeps him here. To go against me.
Letting him back? I never even knew he was out of the house to begin with.
It's because I keep throwing him out. I hate this damn cat. Especially since you named him Edwin. God, you'd think I'd never hear that name again after I got rid of him.
What?
Yeah, that's right. Your brother? I killed him. I couldn't stand him. He was always back-talking me, always sassing me. He thought he ran this house. Well, he was wrong. Me. I'm the one who runs this damn house, not some snot-nosed kid.
You killed Edwin? Oh my God. You murderer! You horrible murderer!
I sure am, and sure did. That stupid little punk thought your mother was picking him up from school, but he forgot she had to work late. So, I picked him up, drove to an abandoned construction site, and strangled him. Nice and neat. I gave the police a sob story that he had an asthma attack, and the idiots bought it. Can you believe it?
I'm calling the police. I'm calling Mom at work. They all need to know about this.
Graham has grabbed Emily by the wrist, pulled her back roughly, and led her over to the nearby open window. You're not calling anyone.
You're hurting me. Let go. Let go.
I think maybe, just maybe, there might be a second tragic accident to happen to this family. Say, you falling out this window and breaking your neck?
No. No, 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 no. Help. Someone help me. Help me.
Suddenly, the cat screeches and leaps onto Graham's face, biting and scratching at him. Graham lets go of Emily and backs off, stumbling as he does. Ah! Get him off me! Get him off of me! Emily can only watch in horror as Graham stumbles further and falls out the window, the cat still clung to him as he does. Ah!
No!
Emily looks out the window in sheer numb horror and shock. Then she collapses in an almost faint. Blackout. We soon light up in a hospital room. Emily is sleeping peacefully, no doubt worse for wear from what she saw. Graham befell the fate that he had hoped to inflict on Emily. He fell out of the window, and his neck was broken on impact. He was gone. Forever. And what of Emily's newfound friend? Her cat? Well, neither the police nor EMT workers spotted any cat nearby when Emily mentioned it. It was almost as if, now that his job was done, the cat didn't have to come back. Silently, in the darkness of Emily's hospital room, a figure approaches and kneels down beside her. It is Edwin. He is dressed in all white and has a pale look to him. He gently strokes Emily's hair, then manages a small, faint smile.
I got him. Emily, I got him. For you. Rest easy now. I love you, sis.
Edwin backs off into the shadows. Soon, the window to Emily's hospital room opens, again almost by magic. A few seconds later, the cat slowly walks across the room to the window and leaps onto the sill. We are now certain the cat was Edwin as some kind of a ghost. The cat meows sweetly and softly once. Then, he slowly leaps out into the night as our story ends and we fade to black.